Hello, my loves. We are live. I look a little winded. Um, Day 71 of the God Wants to Talk to You challenge. And we read and contemplate and read. Dear God, what would you have me know today? The richness of a life lived with an open heart is unbeatable. It is the softest and strongest force on the planet, and it touches every last corner of the universe eventually. It is the journey of every single person on earth, the journey into their heart, the journey back to love, the journey to who they truly are. All you have to do, my love, is live that love and live it out loud. Be that love and be it out loud. The world can always use more love. And every word, every act, every hug ripples across the globe and far into the universe when it is made in love. Your only job will ever be to be here as love. Nothing else matters. Everything else I take care of. What would love do? How would love move? What would love create? How would love participate? Enjoy this life as love, sweetest. It is the most beautiful way to live this human experience. And I know what I am talking about. Love God. All right. I heard a story once. So my brain basically remembers everything. Not obviously not everything, but a lot. But it always remembers the essence of it. And then something happens and this essence connects with this essence. And so I connect it because only the essence is important. But then I want to tell a story and I don't remember the full story. So I remember a story. And it's told by Richard Rudd. He's the founder of the Gene Keys. He channeled the Gene Keys, and he has this thing where for all of his gene keys, it's 64 gene keys, and in 52 weeks of the year, every 6 days, he sends out a free audio where he has a personal contemplation about one gene key. And he shares this with whoever wants to listen. And in one of those stories, he tells the story about how he goes on a morning walk and his little daughter joins him. His daughter is like this time, like 7 or 8, a very sweet, like delicate age. And his daughter is going with him on a walk, and they're in front of like an open field, and behind that field the golden sun is rising, and she says, Dad, can I run into the sunshine? And he knows that that's not possible, but knowing how the world looks to a child's brain and the wonder of this world, he of course says, of course, my love, you can run into the sunshine. And then she runs into the field and like heading for the sunrise. And in witnessing this, he describes how her innocence and her loveliness in this moment is such a soft, delicate, vulnerable force. And at the same time, it is the strongest force in the universe. Nothing would dare to go against it in that moment. To go between her and her wish to run into the sunset, basically. And I remembered the story when I read this sentence that came through here. where it says, love is the softest and strongest force on the planet. And, my mm, my knowing, my understanding, my feeling, my experiencing, my living of love has changed over the years. And it's going to continue to change, um, because I will experience it with more and more wisdom, I guess, every year of my life. And also with every, added experience, the experience of love is being enriched. And right now, what I can say about love is that it is very, very soft. And it is so soft because it doesn't come at you, it doesn't target you. Love just is. Love is a field. And so, as I am being love, as I am holding the field of universal love, whoever comes into my field feels this love in the perfect way, whatever is perfect for them in the moment. Because another quote from Richard Rudd, actually, I don't know if he said it first or if he's the only one who said it. It's probably like a universal truth. Um, and it is that love, real love, has no agenda. Real love has no agenda because real love, unconditional love, is it's the being. And I guess we can infuse everything on the planet we can infuse with love, because it's always the question, so what do we do? But how do we do it? Like, from what inner state do we do it? And so we can infuse everything, every move, every thought, every word, every act with love. And right now, that is how I choose to live. And I also know that is what I know today. This knowing can evolve, it can deepen, it can widen, it can change. But now what I know is that I am supposed to be here as love. And that is being. And that is not doing. That is not going out and convincing anyone about for convince someone of something. Convince anyone of anything. And with this love, being love, infusing every moment with love, every room with love, every relationship with love, that is the most fertile ground for everything and anything to flourish. I've often said, if you want a person to change, like, real love doesn't have an agenda. So you don't want a person to change. But if you see a person, you're like, well, because life is life, they probably will change. And I would be happy for them because it's always good to evolve. But if you want to be a supportive factor in anyone's evolution, don't tell them where they're supposed to go. Love them. Just love them. Be there as love. Because inside each and every one of us, there lives this wish to be who we truly are, to live as the truth of us. And that truth of us is love. We all have a loving nature. And depending on what we have experienced in life, it's a little harder to access that for some people, but it lives inside of all of us. And so when I am a clear mirror, it will only ever reflect back the love that a person is, regardless of momentary confusions. Then they will be reminded of the love that they are. And their return to love is quicker. Okay, so reread to close. Dear God, what would you have me know today? The richness of a life lived with an open heart is unbeatable. It is the softest and strongest force on the planet, and it touches every last corner, eventually. It is the journey of every single person on earth, the journey into their heart, the journey back to love, the journey to who they truly are. All you have to do, my love, is live that love and live it out loud. Be that love and be it out loud. The world can always use more love, and every word, every act, every hug ripples across the globe and far into the universe when it is made in love. Your only job will ever be to be here as love. Nothing else matters. Everything else I take care of. What would love do? How would love move? What would love create? How would love participate? Enjoy this life as love, sweetest. It is the most beautiful way to live this human experience. I know what I'm talking about. Love, God.